Hi, I am KB with Nerdophiles. How are you guys?
KB, how are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. I cannot complain.
Well, you
Uh,
looking
so,
well.
well, thank you.
You
I
looking great.
appreciate that. So are you both. And Kyla-Drew, I'm loving this hair.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Thank you, the space buns.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so my first question is actually for you, Kyla-Drew. So, iconic Black sitcoms have been a staple in my life forever and, groundbreaking from a pop culture perspective for decades. So, what do you hope that our community takes away from this new show?
Ooh, I think it's time that we see more Black representation in television. And what better way for us to do it than on a Netflix show? And I just hope that they feel represented and that they're looking on the screen and they're seeing an authentic Black story that they can relate to.
Yes, yes, I love that. And for you, Jamie, obviously you are no stranger to creating your own iconic Black sitcoms, including this one.
Yeah.
But how is this show different from any other show that you've created? And what does it mean to you personally and your growing legacy?
You know what? Being a father, man. Being a father with my daughter. These are stories that I grew up, and everybody grew up with my daughter, Corinne Marie Foxx. They saw her at the Oscars when she was 10 years old. And look, it's a continuation of embarrassment for her. Imagine, imagine if I was your daddy. Okay.
Woo.
Sometimes I feel like my daughter is raising me. And so now we get a chance to do this wonderful show to where we're on a good, we have a good base. Being on Netflix allows us to have more latitude. So it's not just strictly sitcom dad. We're going to be able to really tackle some issues if we want, have a little more fun if we want, do more characters if we want. And so by doing that, and then having my daughter as executive producer, I feel like I'm in good hands because I remember one time I was on stage doing something I thought it was funny. She called down to the stage and was like, "Yo, what is that?" I said, "Huh? It ain't funny. You trying to get canceled? You better get it right." So to have her as my boss and what you were seeing when the rollout came with the promos and everything, she crafted all of that. So that's what's great for me to be at this point in my career, be able to work with my daughter, work with Kyla-Drew, who's amazing, and work with. I think I have the most talented cast I've ever been involved with since In Living Color. So fingers crossed that we accept it, and then we'll get a chance to do more episodes for it.
Yes, yes. Okay. So, Kyla-Drew, I have to ask, what's one of the most kind of embarrassing things that your parents have done to you that you really thought about and helped bring to life with this character?
Oh, I definitely tapped into my personal embarrassing stories when we were filming this. But I would say when I was like 4, I used to do ballet. And so, at a ballet recital, it's like classical music, everybody's pretty quiet. Well, my mama had to cheer me on. She had to cheer on her baby, and she's just screaming, "Go, Kyla-Drew! That's my baby! That's right there! That's my—" all loud in the theater, and that's really stuck with me for the last couple years.
Black mamas don't really have volume control. So I
No.
totally understand. And I can 100% relate to that for sure.
We got to do
Yeah.
that
Um,
on the show. We got to do a flashback of your mama when you was 4 years old.
Yeah, we gotta, for real, we gotta do that because that's mm-mm-mm.
Absolutely. And so, Jamie, you are so good, and you brought this up. You're so good at playing a variety of characters.
Yeah.
So, tell me how much of it was scripted and how much was improv, especially when you became Pastor T, because Pastor T is wild.
Let me tell you something about it. Hallelujah this evening, Jesus, because Jesus is. Shadrach, Meshach, and Shaquille O'Neal was in the fiery furnaces. So look, what was great about this is that we got Bentley Kyle Evans, who created the Martin Lawrence show and created the Jamie Foxx show, to come on. Now look, I was always jealous of Martin. You know why? Our shows were battling, but he could do all the characters. So Bentley comes up, he says, "Yo, money, this is the time to get the characters off. So you could stay sitcom dad, but we could pop off and give us what we want. That we want that juice. We could do the characters. So Reverend Sweet Tea, we got Cadillac Calvin, and then when we got David Allen Greer, he actually in one episode he plays like wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it go. So this gives us an opportunity, like I said, and I hope everybody embraces it because we have so much that we want to do as far as character development and things like that. All the characters that I wanted to play and didn't get a chance to play, now we'll get be able to get it off on this show.
Yes, yes. And Kyla-Drew, what was your favorite episode or storyline to film this particular season that you absolutely cannot wait for
Ooh.
new fans to see?
My favorite episode. I love all the episodes. I gotta be honest, but I would say my favorite is probably the Goddess Namaste with the Reverend Sweet Tea, because that was a funny episode. But then it also tackled like a serious topic, so we really got to see the writing shine through because it balanced the comedy with the seriousness. So that's probably my favorite episode. Goddess
Yes, absolutely. And so my
Namaste.
last question just is for you, Jamie. It's a two-parter though. So one, what is it like having, this In Living Color reunion on this particular show and having him actually play your father? And next part, kind of how has this, TV show really kind of enhanced your own personal relationship with both of your daughters, not just Corinne?
Well, I'll tell you what. First of all, David Allen Greer. I told him, I said, we need you. It's not I want. I said I need you. And we've always talked about when we were running each other, let's do something together. I think this was perfect. And I said, you playing my father, but it's not like some old farty fart. It's like I want you to have your own swag, your own everything. And because when we first crafted when we first crafted the show, my father wasn't in the show. But we felt like having someone like David Allen Greer, who's like, when you have, a character like that, they can give you wisdom. And at the same time, he's a little bit flawed, in the real situation, my father had to go to mandatory college for $25 worth of illegal substance. So we will tackle what that was and why that happened. So when David Allen Greer signed on, you could feel the whole room elevate. Now he takes it, makes it his own, and now I'm like, okay, we would have had a good show, but now we got a great show. And the last part of the question was,
Oh yeah, just how has this show enhanced your relationship,
oh,
not just with
you know,
Corinne, but with
I,
both of your daughters?
I tell you what it is. It's like, being a parent, you look at when people look at you, they look at the way your kids develop as a measurement of what you are as a parent. So, and whether that's fair or not, it's like I just always wanted to make sure that my daughters were not limited to anything, and I wanted to make sure that what I do is being passed on to them, that they do have that opportunity. So with my oldest daughter, who's now an executive on my show, also an executive in my company, and doing things, and then my 12-year-old, who's already in the Writers Guild, she created her own anime series, and so that's when it feels good, and that's what I tell every father, especially black fathers, say, hey man, involve your kids. Involve. I know sometimes we get, as black fathers, we try to step back and let the mom. So no, involve your kids. Take your kids to work. Enjoy them, because when you watch them develop and when you see you inside your kid, there's nothing like that. And so that's why I'm over the moon when I'm driving down Sunset Boulevard and I see Kyla-Drew on that billboard from ATL, and me up there, and it's representing us. That's you know, that's what it's all about. It's about celebrating your kids and enjoying the fact that you've made something wonderful and spectacular, and now we got to see it through.
Yes. Well, thank you to both of you. Thank you, Kyla-Drew. I can't wait to see you in more content. And thank you,
Thank you.
Jamie, for just your continued contributions to the culture. And
Thank you.
I'm looking forward for everyone to see this show. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.